We are back at it again, boys and girls. Good morning. Good morning on this brisk, cool morning. Had to whip out the little long sleeve this morning, little nippy, little chilly. Good morning, boys and girls. How y'all doing? Hey, where's all my cool kids at? Today is Faith Your Fears Friday, guys. And as the caption says up top, we're going to face them. We're talking about fears. We're going to face them. We're going to faith them. And we're going to make an impact, guys. Are y'all ready for that? Are y'all ready? Listen, just what if? What if I told you that if you stopped just facing your fears and started faithing them with that childlike faith, with that childlike belief that anything is possible, what do you think would happen? I mean, I'm just saying, this whole week, if you've been following us along, this whole week, we've been building the tools to help you live fearlessly and make a real impact, not just in your life, but in the lives of those people that are around you. And so on this Faith Your Fears Friday, we're wrapping it all up into one powerful episode, one powerful reminder. And if you want to make an impact, I heard a gentleman named, what is his name? Sergeant, last name Sergeant. I forgot his first name. He said that if you want to make an impact, you're going to have to be committed to the collisions. And so we're going deep into the playground on this one, guys, because we're going to talk about how you can turn your faith into your fear into fuel for your faith and start living with boldness, guys, right? Come boldly before the throne. And does that ring any bells? Hey, good morning, Fun Life community. This is your playground guide, Johnny Juan Ortiz, here in the Fun Life community. Remember, guys, it's all powered by this guy right here, legendary speaker, trainer, motivator, Mr. Zig Ziglar himself, and his proud son, Tom Ziglar, who wrote the book Choose to Win, which is the foundational program that we start all you cool kids on right here. And so, again, if you guys like what we're doing, if you guys like what you're hearing, simply share. Simply share it. We said it the other day, sharing is caring. Share this with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, guys. If you want to connect, hey, right there, johnnyjuan.com, right there. Go directly to it, connect with me, or shoot me a text, 903-570-0052. You can also go to funlifecoaching.com to book your one-on-one strategy call, guys, because that's what we're doing on here, right? This is why we do what we do, boys and girls. There's no other reason. Yes, you get motivated. Yes, you get encouraged. Yes, you may get entertained. You may even get a little laugh or a chuckle out of it. But at the end of the day, boys and girls, baby got to pay some bills, right? So let's go, because the people that we've coached, the people that we've been able to put through the curriculum that Mr. Zig Ziglar left us has made an impact. And that's what we're talking about today. That if you're going to be committed if you want to make an impact, you're going to have to be committed to the collision. There's some things that you're going to have to confront. And if you don't do it with that boldness, with that childlike faith, guys, it may not happen. It may not happen. And so on Motivation Monday, we talked about unlocking the power of positive thinking, guys. And if you think about it, if you remember back, or if you didn't watch the episode, just as a quick recap, we kicked off the week by talking about how the power of positive thinking works, right? Norman Vincent Peale wrote an entire book. Look at this. It's huge. It's got 510 pages. 510 pages of positive thinking. But Zig Ziglar said it perfectly. Positive thinking won't let you do anything, but it will let you do everything better than negative thinking will, guys. So think about it. What is it that you're doing right now that you're doing with that negative thinking, that stinking thinking? And so when you apply this faith to your fears, faith in your fear starts with how you think about them. It's about choosing to believe that you have the ability, the training, and the experience to handle whatever comes your way. Oh man, I wish I would have recorded this. Matter of fact, my son shot it to me because he knows I'm on here doing this stuff. But he simply said this. Somebody had made this post, and it simply said, Psalms 118, verse 18. It says, "The Lord has taught me a hard lesson, but he did not let me die." That's where the saying comes from. But did you die? No, you made it. Your abilities, your skills, your training, your experiences are going to allow you to be able to handle whatever comes your way, guys. Norman Vincent Peale said it perfectly. Change your thoughts and you change your world. Travis White said it this way: your words create worlds. And so what are you guys? I just want to encourage you to shift your mindset from fear-based thinking to faith-based thinking, and then take action. Ask yourself, how can I turn this fear into fuel with the power of positive thinking? So that was Monday. And then on Transformation Tuesday, we talked about shaping your life through your attitude. Did you guys know how important the attitude is? We had a hard lesson this morning on the way to school with my daughter. She's going to learn. She's going to learn, right? And so on Tuesday, we learned that it's not what happens to you, but how you handle it that determines your success. And you can't tailor the situation in life, but you can tailor your attitude to fit those situations. And when you face your fears, right, when you apply this faith to your fears, when you're faced with that fear, remember, always think back to it's your attitude. It's your attitude that will shape the outcome. And so facing your fear simply means responding with courage and not to react with panic. I get it. I know there's a lot of Chicken Littles up there. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. A piece of it hit me on the head. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. The sky is still there. It's not falling, right? And if it did, so what? One of my friends posted on there that at this point, we're waiting. It's going to be a few months before we find out whether the grocery bills go up or we start World War III. And at this point, you know what? Lord, come, take us. Take me home, baby. I'm tired of dealing with these people. I'm done. But Charles Swindoll said it perfectly. Life is only 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. How are you going to respond, guys? How are you going to respond? You have that ability, right? There's two circles in this life. That inner circle, that is the things that you can control. The outer circle are the things that you cannot control. And so all I'm saying is, if you will focus on the things that you can control, the things that you can't control, you know what? So what? So what? It does not matter, because that is why we focus on that inner circle of the things that we can control. And so I want to encourage you guys right here from Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday, to adjust your attitude when fear creeps in, because it's going to. I want you to expect fear to creep in, but I want you to also have that reminder in your mind that you have the ability to turn that fear into fuel for your faith. And so on Tuesday, we talked about choosing attitude of faith over fear to see how it transforms your response. Are you guys liking this? Is it working out pretty good? Kind of a recap on Faith Your Fears Friday, talking about how we can apply everything that we learned throughout the week. On Win This Day Wednesday, we talked about positivity and respect in relationships, guys. That is so important. That is so key. And so the key lesson, the key takeaway from Wednesday was simply this. It was all about the way we treat others often determines how they in turn treat us, right? Through the law of reciprocity, right? The law of the harvest. What you will reap what you sow. And so if you choose to be pleasant and positive, you'll be treated in the same way with that same energy. The application of the faith of the fear versus the faith is simply this. When it comes to relationships, faithing your that's a lot early in the morning. Faithing your fears is about responding positively, even in the moments of conflict or disagreement, right? Because the key takeaway from that Win This Day Wednesday episode was that you can disagree without being disagreeable, guys. And so faith allows you to hold on to respect even in those tough moments, because they're going to come. Be ready for it, right? It was Mother Teresa who said it this way. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier, right? Be the living expression of God's kindness. I mean, just what if we started doing that every single day, right? And so right here, I just want to encourage you guys to approach your interactions every single day. You're going to have an interaction. You're going to have an opportunity to lead with a fearless heart rooted in positivity. And so today, when that fear threatens your relationships, choose kindness, guys. Choose respect instead of reacting negatively. That's kind of a bad deal. Don't do that, guys. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in that trap. And then on Thriving Thankful Thursday, guys, we talked about choosing the best and responding with positivity, guys. And so yesterday we simply talked about how you have to be willing to say no to the good so that you can say yes to the best. Zig Ziglar also reminded us that responding is positive and reacting is negative. And you have to be able to apply this principle to your fears, because it means facing your fears, responding to those challenges with intentionality, right? Being proactive and not reacting in haste. We always said that anytime you have to make a major decision, you need to halt. HALT. Never make a major life-changing decision without if you're without halting. And halt is an acrostic acronym for if you're hungry, angry, you can combine those two. You can be hangry, lonely, or tired. Never make a major decision when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Halt. HALT. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, is what I'm about to do gonna get me closer to what it is that I'm trying to accomplish? All right. And so it just simply means to face it with intention, and it's about choosing the best path, right? You have choices, guys. That's why we always start with this choose to win curriculum, because you have choices. And simply to get to that success, it's as simple as replacing one bad habit with a good habit. We all got them. We all do, right? Eleanor Roosevelt said it perfectly, said, do one thing every day that scares you. You got to, guys. Do one thing every day that scares you. I'm fixing to throw that post up here in a little bit, but that's going to be the awesome Faith Your Fears Friday. Do one thing every single day that scares you, scares the fire out of you. And so I want to encourage you to be intentional with your choices, because where in life can you start saying no to good distractions so you can say yes to the best opportunities? Think about that. Where is that in your life? What is going on in your life right now, this very moment, that you have to say no to the good? And I know, guys, it's hard. We talked about that yesterday on that episode. Go back and watch that one. It's awesome. And so if I could simply leave you with anything, it would be leave you with this, right? For all my cool kids out there in the Fun Life community, right here in the Childlike Faith Park, the Childlike Faith podcast, where we really do encourage you to activate, and for some of you older kids, reactivate that childlike faith that is inside of you to be able to live out your childhood dreams in this playground that we call life, guys. And so what do you want in life? What do you want? Mr. Ziglar said it perfectly. You, yes, you can have everything, and I do mean everything in life you want, if you're just willing to help enough other people get what it is that they want. But so the first question you have to ask yourself is, what do you want? What do you want? And once you have that clearly identified, once you gain that clarity, that's going to give you the power to be able to push, to persist, to keep moving, to keep going. All right, so now let's look at this right. Let's look at this right here, because this whole week has been about building the tools that we need to face our fears. And so positive thinking, right? That attitude adjustment, that's what was going on this morning on the ride to school with my daughter. That's what was happening, right? And so we have to look at those relationships also respectfully. I wasn't mean. I didn't raise my voice, right? And so I'm practicing everything that I'm teaching, guys. It's harder. It's harder to implement than it is to just say it. And so we have to be intentional with our choices. And so these are those keys to living fearlessly, to be able to make that impact that we want to make in this world. And so as you head into this weekend, guys, remember, if you want to make an impact, you've got to be committed to the collision, guys. And so this Faith Your Fears Friday, guys, it's all about activating that childlike faith to be able to trust that God's got your back. Because with God, right, all things are possible. And so let's talk about this little joke to finish out Faith Your Fears Friday. Pedro came up with the funny joke, right? The funnies. He goes, why did the taco fear the collision? Why didn't the taco fear the collision? Because it was all wrapped up in faith, baby. Guys, I can't make this stuff up, guys. So the mindset for Faith Your Fears Friday is simply this: shift it. Shift your mindset from fear to faith, right? From scarcity to abundance. It's that simple. It's about thinking positively and believing in your ability to overcome those challenges, because you can. if you've overcome anything in this life, you've overcome some challenges, and just go back to when was the last time that you had to overcome that one challenge that you once thought was impossible, but you did it, right? You did it. And so you didn't die. Psalms 118, verse 18. Let me go back and read that one for you guys. I know a lot of you guys like Bible, some of you do, some of you don't. But it said Psalms 118 and 18 says this: the Lord has taught me a hard lesson, but he did not let me die. I didn't die. What hasn't killed us, right, is going to make us stronger. You better believe it. If anything else, it'll make us smarter, right? Because a mistake done more than once is no longer a mistake. It's a choice. You have to choose, guys. You have to choose. Okay, so what's the motivation behind this episode right here? Choose to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting in fear, guys. Reacting is negative. Responding is positive. Respond thoughtfully and do not react negatively because of that fear, and make the best choices by saying no to those good distractions, guys. And the methodology behind how this works is you apply positivity. If you haven't read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, this was a pastor, this was a God-fearing man that wrote this book, and he took a couple of verses out of the Bible and wrote an entire book on it to help you think positively. And so remember, when you think positively and you apply your childlike faith with intentionality into every single area of your lives, you're going to start living that life of boldness, living that life of abundance. And you may have to start with small challenges, with smart changes, and build on them to be able to live fearlessly. Baby steps, right? Baby steps. Imagine if the child, when learning to walk, after a few attempts of falling, the mom and dad said, you know what, kid, you better just go ahead and stop it right here. I don't think walking is for you. No, no, that baby kept walking, kept trying. It did not give up. It knew. He saw his parents walking. She wanted to walk, and they did not give up until they started walking. And look at him today. They're not crawling through life, baby. They're walking. So anyway, today, guys, on Faith Your Fears Friday. Hey, Dr. Rios, mi hermana favorita. Hey, listen, guys, thank you guys for choosing. Thanks you guys for tuning in this morning. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so much. Go out there and live a fun-filled Friday this morning, guys. Adios, amigos.